So a lot of people don't really seem to understand exactly how the YouTube algorithm works currently and seem to think that I don't when they themselves don't. Now I've got people saying things like, oh, you say you can't upload once a month and still be successful, but here's Giga and Super Eyepatch Wolf doing exactly that. Well, the thing is that those guys make content that independently can go viral. Every video they make is successful because they talk about things that will get lots of views. And as a result, YouTube continually promotes them because their videos do very well in the sidebar. They keep getting clicks long after they're published. You have to understand that longevity and click-through matters a lot on YouTube. Your ability to have your video appear in other people's sidebar and have people click on it because they are attracted to it is the biggest thing that will promote your video. By far, the majority of views on any video come from suggested videos. That has always been the case. It's never been primarily subscriber focused. The main reason that subscribers matter at all is that they'll give your video an initial boost. So say you have 300,000 subscribers and all 300,000 of them click on your video. Well, that video is instantly getting the ball rolling, and that YouTube sees it as getting lots of clicks, so they start pushing it into the sidebar of other similar videos. Now it's going to continue getting views over a longer period of time because it's reached that state. But let's say you post a video that only a tenth of your subscribers end up watching. It's not going to get that initial boost that puts it in other people's sidebar. So there are other ways to get your video popular. Let's say that it blows up on Reddit or Tumblr or something, and then it gets a whole lot of views from there. It still ends up in the sidebar eventually and rolls from there. I've had videos get successful this way. I've had videos get successful through a lot of different channels, but it always comes down to that video gets a huge burst. Now, if you have had successful videos, then YouTube will suggest your upcoming ones because it's like, hey, you guys were hype about this last video, you'll be hype about this next one. It hurts your channel if you release videos that don't do well. If you do ones that say you release something and not that many of your subs care about it. Now here's another thing. YouTube only pushes your video to a tenth of your subscribers initially, and based on how many people click on it, it then pushes it to the rest of your subscribers. They have said this. This is how it works. You can find people in my comments right now. Liam the Llama just checked, and yes, the latest Digibro video wasn't in my feed. The people who regularly click on videos from your channel will continually get them. So anybody who's a very active viewer, you're always going to get it. I've never had anything missing from my subscription feed before, from any channel I follow, except for one time Super Bunny Hop mysteriously disappeared, so I hit the bell on him. But otherwise, I only watch my subscriptions and I watch all the things they post for the most part. So I'm almost guaranteed going to get all those people's videos, but the average viewer doesn't do that. Most people are subscribed to more channels, or they just skip a lot more videos because they're more focused on watching stuff that they care about. Now, as for me, I tend to make videos about more obscure topics and more obscure shows in between talking about bigger stuff. And the way that I grew my channel the entire time has always been by switching between obscure things and popular things. I have always done this. The entire conceit is that you do one for them, one for me. One thing that's going to guaranteed get a lot of views, one thing that's just for me personally. Now, historically, I would make videos, for instance, every time a season ends about the biggest, most popular shows that ended that season. And those were usually very successful. But this time, at the end of Slime Isekai, I made a video about that show, and it didn't perform very well. Now granted, were the title and thumbnail as good as they could have been? No. And that's part of the reason that it wasn't as successful. But the sheer lack of views, even within my own audience, speaks to something greater. I've been doing this for a fucking long time. I know what it looks like when a video isn't reaching my own subs. I know how these things work. I do this job professionally. The reason my channel is not able to get views is that none of the videos are even getting pushed through my subs, and I'm not blaming YouTube for that. When I say my videos aren't even getting pushed to my own subscribers, I'm blaming myself. I'm saying I'm not making content that's attracting enough of my subs for them to watch, for it to then get into the sidebar. This isn't me complaining and saying, whoa, it's me. It's me stating what is happening so that I can do something about it. So, these people who are in the comments saying things like, oh, you're just being a baby, it's the content that's the problem. Yeah, the content's always the problem. Of course the content's the fucking problem, but I don't want to make shill content, and I don't think it works for me anymore. I don't think me covering big popular shit, even if I give it a better thumbnail or a better title or it's more topical, really works for me anymore. I think that not enough people give a shit about me talking about those things, and I'm just not interested in chasing the biggest, most popular things in the way that I used to be. You know, I just don't want to have to do that kind of shit. So, yeah, of course it's the content. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying my content can't do that like it used to do. And so, to put previous work, to put work onto the channel that is just representative of what I consider to be good content from me. It allows the subscribers to now make the decision of, do I just like this guy's content, or, do I only care if it's about something that I care about? And if the case is the latter, those people will probably unsubscribe. If they only were watching me to hear about stuff they cared about, they'll probably leave. But the fact of the matter is that if they did feel that way, they're already not watching my videos, because I'm already not talking about things that they care about. I'm already not doing what those people subscribed for, and I'm not interested in doing that. I never have been. I've just done it on the side as a way to keep my channel afloat in the view counts. But I don't have to do that anymore, because, first of all, my videos making a lot of views doesn't have a huge benefit to me. It used to be that I wanted to, have as many subs, have as many views as possible, because that means more potential patrons. But at this point, the people who become patrons are the people who either want one of the patron rewards that I'm offering, or they're just consuming everything I do and they're invested in me, not in the specific type of content that I make. And then, moreover, I don't usually make that much money off of ad revenue anyways. A lot of my videos get demonetized. I have constant issues with copyright. My channel gets taken down. I've always had issues with monetization, which is why I use Patreon in the first place. But moreover, posting more videos has led to higher ad rev, because doing for instance, the rants, in total, all the rants of just May had over 300,000 views. So that's the equivalent of making one 300,000 view video. And I can't guarantee those kind of view counts anymore, so, I'd rather move in the direction of posting more content than, trying to spend a whole month making something that maybe is not going to get the views that I expect it to. And I've had that experience too many times, and I can't take those kind of risks because I need my money. I'm not living at my parents' house the way I was back in 2016 when, if a huge risk didn't pay off, it was no big deal because I didn't need the money, So it just makes the most sense to do things this way. Now, there are a lot of people who are concerned, oh, don't flood the main channel all at once. Believe me, I don't intend to. I'm just going to be posting one video a day of re-uploads for a long period of time, and I'm also going to be posting new content on top of that. So at most, you'll see 2 videos in a day on the main channel, but yeah, it's, I know how to do this job. I think when people see me post these update videos and stuff all the time, where I'm always talking about changing the direction of the content in this or that small way, a lot of people seem to think that I'm doing it out of some kind of desperation, or that, like, that like I'm floundering or I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this to update you on my thought process. I just want people to be very clear about what's going on, because when I don't do that, that's when I lose patrons. Back last year, when I disappeared for a month because I was trying to work on something big and not talk about it, because I wanted it to be a secret and I wanted it to be a surprise, I lost a fuckload of patrons. So every time I make even a small change, I want to announce it. I want you to know what I'm thinking. And a lot of people are just interested in that stuff anyways. So none of this is me being like, oh, everything's, the building's burning around me, I gotta fucking make a change. I make changes all the time anyways, because that's just my MO. That's the way I like to do things. I want it to be different all the time. I want there to be a different mentality towards it. I've always liked that. And it gives me energy. It allows me to, feel the passion about the new thing that I'm doing when I'm doing it from a position of like, I've made a declarative statement about the way things are going to go, and now I'm going to push through with that. And I think that's a good way to be. And I don't understand people who see that and go, oh, Digi's changing the content again. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Yeah, the point is to be excited about something, So, there you go. That's just my follow-up to the last video to answer some of the criticism that I thought was coming from a place of people just not getting it, not understanding the way that the system works, or the fact that I know how the system works, that a lot of this is stuff that has been publicly stated by YouTube about how the algorithm works. It's not a secret. I know why it's a problem. So, anyway, that's all.